Hey guys, it's Annie as always. I am going to be restocking my Bay Rum Sailor Soap today. The last time I made this soap, it's been out of stock for a while and I haven't really gotten around to remaking it because I knew I wanted to do it differently. Now that I have my new mold, I thought, perfect, let's go for it. Last time it was just a plain bar with sea clay in it and some super fat. And what I did was I super fatted it today with some argan and safflower oil. I added the sea clay, but I also added some Dead Sea mud. I wasn't buying that last time I made this soap, so I thought, you know what, might as well add a little bit of that. And I'm doing extra virgin olive oil today because I want it to stay pretty liquid for the swirls I'm going for. Whoops, one of my lights might be flickering over there, so I really hope that's not too much of a pain in the behind. My power strip sucks, and for some reason, I think it's connected to when other stuff is running, so I don't know. Forgive me if that light is flickering. I'm going to be getting a new power strip here probably this weekend. Anyways, half of it's just the natural sea clay and Dead Sea mud color. Bay Rum's sort of a tannish discoloring fragrance too, so it's kind of got a greenish tint because of that. But I'm okay with that because that reminds me kind of the ocean and the sea. And this is just some blue mica mixed into that. And I'm going to alternate these colors, do some mica painting on top and some swirls. And I have to embed on the tops here mostly are going to be these little gold melt and pour stars, and I only have two that worked out. These adorable little anchors that I used, this tiny little cookie cutter. And the problem was I was going to do my soap clay for the tops of these, and I altered my recipe a little bit for that. I ran out of arrowroot powder, so I ended up doing kaolin, and it dried out way too fast, so I had to ditch all of that soap clay. So I had to do melt and pour to get this ready, but I have two little anchors, and the rest are going to be just one little star on top. Don't want to do too girly. We're going to do some swirls too. 9 bars, so that's what we're looking at. I'm going to do the dividers at the end, of course. I have rubber bands on here because doing the rim soap challenge, I ended up leaving this mold in the oven for a little bit longer than it's supposed to be for a few times, and my metal things that hold it in want to kind of pop out now, and that's my own fault. It's not the mold people's fault, but it sucks nonetheless. So no more oven processing for this guy. They're nice and fluid still, even though I have a pretty steep water discount. Anytime I add water-based ingredients, I always discount the water the same amount of okay, let me rephrase that. Say I'm adding 1 ounce of Dead Sea mud, I will discount the water an additional 1 ounce. I swap it evenly like that. Now obviously my liner isn't staying down, and it will as soon as it's covered in soap, is basically the thought process here. Comes off of the side easy enough, but I need a liner on the bottom of this guy. Smells good. The scent of Bay Rum sort of reminds me, I always like to award like, okay, if Santa Claus was getting ready for a hot date with Mrs. Claus, he would wear something that smells like Bay Rum. It just reminds me kind of Christmas time and manliness. I don't know why I always do a nautical theme with this soap. I guess without thinking of the actual fragrance itself, Bay Rum, I think of the ocean. So I do it with the sea clay additives. Pretty interesting swirls so far. My green batter is mostly sinking to the bottom. There's a lot of blue on top. That's alright. These are going to be fun bars that the entire time you're using them, it's going to swirl all the way through. Okay, swirling time. I'm just going to kind of do some back and forth with my chopstick. Well, you can barely tell what the swirls are happening here. I'm going to let this get a little bit thick before I put the end beds in, so I'll check in with you guys at that point. Hey guys, it's been about 10 or 15 minutes. Also, I realized as soon as I shut the camera off that I didn't do my mica drizzling on top, so I just went ahead and did that, and this, you really can't see the swirls at all. I think when it cures, you're going to be able to tell a little bit. They're going to be really soft, understated swirls, and this is a dude's soap bar, so it doesn't need to be too fancy. But I thought just leaving these in speckles is gonna look all right by me. So I'm gonna go ahead. It's not super thick or anything yet, but I think I can just delicately rest my stars and my two little anchors on top. I did actually put this in before I realized that I didn't do the drops on top, so I took it back out again. Oh no! Well, that was crappy. So I'm just gonna hold that in there. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, Lord. This mold is it's interesting. I'm gonna just put it like that. Oh my goodness. Come on, just go together. Ooh, that was rough. Didn't do this the first time. Oh my god. April, I can feel you cringing from here. I'm cringing just as hard right now, I promise. Oh, now there's like more soap in part of this than there is in the rest. Let me try to... It's so slippery. Just needed that to even out a little bit. All the soap got pushed up into the center. Oh, good lord, that was unexpected. I'm glad I didn't have a perfectly manicured swirly top, because I would have just funked it up right there. But I funked up what was already funky. This is the funk squared. Okay. Now I want to pick my favorite ones and put the anchors in those. Because I like the anchors a lot. Oh dear, I realized both my lights clicked off. Okay, sorry about that. Hopefully that's okay. Ugh. Working on it. These are slightly bowed too. That's been like that the entire time. My designers. Oh. Ooh. Well, I guess that's going in the corner. It fell right in. Everything's going the opposite of the plan. I like it though. I actually really like that. In the corner. I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with that right now. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna do this one like that in the corner. You hear the beeping, it's the baby monitor. My apologies. Tesla had it off of the plug today, so it didn't get to charge as much as it should have. That one went in edge first a tiny bit. I'm just doing them in the corners here, kind of like postage stamp style. Obviously in different corners of each bar, but I'm just kind of going with whichever corner I think needs a little embellishment the most. Okay. My gloves are slippery right now, so I'm really trying not to screw it up. Whew. This is probably going to be in the mold for 2 to 3 days. Pure extra virgin olive oil, I mean, so it's going to be softer in general. The clays and the muds, that should help it to set up, but I've seen other videos where people are trying to get everything off of these 9-bar molds with the dividers, and it can just be kind of a pain in the butt, so I'm expecting this to just need a couple extra days to cure before I go squeezing it out of here. I don't want to squish the sides by pulling it out, you know. Oh, also, oh my gosh, one thing I realized too, my stinking freezer paper that I had lining the bottom, it actually curled up and was sticking out through the top of this corner right here. If I would have left it like that, I would have been peeling that paper out from the whole inside of the soap. Oh my god. So I just really kind of pulled it out from underneath it and didn't really mess up my swirl too bad. It wasn't a super perfect swirl, like I said, so I think I got lucky there. It wasn't some super crazy swirl, because it would have got screwed up a couple different times. Wouldn't it have? Okay. But yeah, it was pulling up. So I think what I'm gonna have to do with the freezer paper is like make it wide enough to where it goes around the bottom part and like tape it at the bottom and then put it together so there's no way of it curling up. So yeah, this is probably going to be a huge pain in my butt to get off of here when I go to unmold, but I'm going to wait till it's cured enough where I don't get any fingerprints screwing it up. I'm going to very gingerly lift this up to the camera because the camera's on the tripod right now. I'll make you all very dizzy if I try to undo that, so I don't want to screw with this mold too bad. I want you to get the close up. This is Sailor Soap, Dead Sea Mud and Sea Clay with the Bay Rum fragrance. So thank you for watching this. I will videotape the undoing. For some reason, it's really painful to watch, and I don't do that. Just super thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And I'm going to post this one up pictures at the end, too. So either way, you'll get to see what the soap looks like. So all right, thanks. Hey guys, I'm back. It's been about a day, and I wanted to take the sides off of my Sailor Soap, and sides popped right off. The bottom popped right off without a liner, so that is awesome. And then this guy fell right out of the mold too. I thought I was just going to leave it like this for a while, but it seems like we're ready to take the dividers out and see what we have, so I figured I would show you. I'm not sure how long Baby's going to be happy without any music playing, but I'll do what I can here. I'm going to need to get these cleaned up when they're not so soft, but there's that corner anchor that I think looks really nice. They are soft, but ooh, they come right away from the dividers. I've seen folks have some trouble, so I'm glad I'm not having any trouble with it. And the stars, the swirls are very soft here. Like it's not super swirly, but that's okay. It's a dude soap and all, so it corners are just coming right off here. The other anchor. I think the speckles look nice too, and I like that I accidentally dropped that one anchor in the corner because that looks really nice. I like it. The band, my little bands that I put on the soaps are going to go right through the middle, so it won't even be blocking that, so that's pretty nice. Happy with that. Go for the other side bars, and then we'll worry about the center after that. Actually, this popped right out right now. Okay. Yeah, I pictured more of a struggle with unmolding these, but I'm glad that it's quite easy. This mold has its ups and downs, but overall I'm really starting to dig it. That one. This one's sliding. They're very sticky still. The smell is amazing. It smells so good. It's still very spicy, and it's got that sort of woodsy scent too. Bay Rum's nice. This one. And then, yeah, boom, pops right off the sides there. That's great. Ooh, there we go. The last three. I know the dividers too are at a slight little angle, so it's not a perfect rectangle right now, but these will get trimmed up in about a week, 10 days. That's usually how long I like to wait before I go like beveling edges and stuff, because if I do it any sooner I take off way too much. It's too soft and it's not nice crisp cleanup. It just makes it almost worse than it was before. So there they all are, all arranged randomly right now. But yeah, they're much more festive than the other ones, and I wish they all had anchors in them. You're each going to get an anchor in 2 stars. Back when I thought I was going to have a ton of anchors, but melting pour was too thick and it cracked. Oh well. Yeah, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait until these are nice and cured so I can trim them up, take some good photos for you, and that's when you'll be watching this video. So I'll try to add more photography at the end. I've been getting a little bit better at making my soap look pretty in pictures. So, alright, thank you so much guys for watching this video. Give me a thumbs up if you liked it. Alrighty, bye bye.